Hello everybody, this is Fernando for the all-new Ghost and Spirits news video. First off, I wanted to apologize for the delay in my videos recently. I've actually been working a lot more hours there at my job, and so I've been able to get a bunch of more work there, but unfortunately it's caused a slight delay in the production of my videos. So as a nice thank you for everyone for your continued patience, I thought I would make this bit of great news associated within the world of ghosts and spirits. It also has to do with a topic that I've mentioned several times in the past too. And I got this information actually from one of my lovely friends, Lindsay, who was able to share with me the link that I'll include below. But basically it has to do with this. There's going to be a major live stream event associated with the Conjuring House. Yes, indeed, this is going to be the actual house itself that was featured within the major films and who knows how many other countless documentaries and special type of TV shows and episodes dedicated to it. Well, for at least a week, you're going to have a full ability to see the inside of the house through multiple cameras for this live stream. And I'll talk about that more here in a minute. But yes, I wanted to share this info, including all the links below, and then that way you'll get to experience it. And it's something that I'm going to toy with here as well. Now, as far as the actual subject matter, I have talked about it recently. For starters, there was that event, that Ghost Adventures episode, the Halloween special edition episode that just happened last year. There, I was able to do a good number of live streams together with everyone here where we both saw the episodes together. And then that way, when it was during its commercial break, then I was able to give my thoughts on everything that just occurred. I had a great time doing that. My live streams are there now, still uploaded. So if you wanted to see what my thoughts were on the house itself and then also the episode as well, then you'll be able to see that too. I haven't actually dedicated like a full-blown 100% actual video to The Conjuring or any of the ghosts or anything associated with that history yet, only because, as I mentioned in the past on my YouTube channel, it's just one of those major topics, one of those all-stars that everyone kind of knows about. There's too many videos out there of it already, and there's plenty more that are coming soon, so it's just, I like focusing more on the lesser known stuff, and that's why you just haven't seen a full-blown video yet. But as far as anything related to news, absolutely. And then in fact, let's go ahead and let's talk about all the major info here. But yes, this is what's going to happen. So from May 9th to May 16th, there's going to be a full 24/7 interactive live streaming event that'll occur within the home. In fact, the home is now owned by a couple that's known as the Heinzens. They were actually featured within that Ghost Adventures episode. I remember thinking too, when they first bought that home last year in June of 2019, I was thinking, man, are they on a gold mine? This is going to be an absolute great opportunity for them to take advantage of the popularity associated with this home and turn it into a fortune. And it looks like this is one of the first steps here. So what's going to happen is during that specific date, they're going to have a full set of cameras set up within the home, and within the home itself they're also going to have other type of ghost hunting equipments and other type of activities related to it. And basically, for a small fee, you'll be able to see this live stream for yourself through the comfort of your home. They're nicely taking advantage of everything associated with all the quarantine and the lockdowns tied to the coronavirus, and in that way, from the comfort of your own living room, bedroom, or wherever, you'll be able to see this live stream yourself. So when I was reading this information, I thought it was a pretty good idea, especially as far as, taking advantage of everyone's ability to stay at home right now. And so in this case, this house is going to be at your leisure in order to see what happens within the house itself during this event. And in fact, it'll be rigged with, this is the quote, rigged with multiple cameras so the audience will have a completely immersive experience. And then on top of that, the Heisens will conduct quote unquote paranormal investigations, seances, Ouija board sessions, and invite some of the most well-known and respected luminaries in the paranormal community to pop in remotely and then share their most bone-chilling experiences from the house. So it looks like they're also going to use all those now popular Zoom boxes, the stuff that everyone's using now, to have interactions with some of the people that have been within the home. And here's the actual pricing associated with it. At first, this is actually what's going to interest me. It's going to be free. There's going to be a free live preview, and it's going to be on May 8th, the day before, in other words, the big event, and it'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern. So I'm going to tune in for that, because it'll be like 30 minutes, an hour or so, but it'll give us a good opportunity to be able to see what'll happen the next week. And then after that freebie is done, there's apparently going to be advanced tickets, like discounted tickets, up until May 1st. So like a full week before at least this preview, you'll have discounted tickets. And then finally, when you're ready to actually purchase the event itself, you'll have two choices. You'll either have a 24-hour event, which is $4.99, or you can have the whole week itself for $19.99. And then when that happens, then you'll be there just basically almost like a fly in the wall, peering into this infamous house. This is the house that was owned by the Perones previously during all the hauntings, all the famous hauntings that were occurring there. And then you'll be able to see if anything is captured. In fact, they have created a special minute and a half video dedicated to this. I guess you call it a trailer to it, and I'll include the link for it below. I've already seen it, and it does start things off in a captivating manner. I mean, they included their own little mini clips already that they've captured in terms of evidence, and then that way it'll give you a good idea of what's going to happen. Now, as far as other stuff associated with the house that I wanted to follow up on was this. I actually talked about this a couple of years back during the time that the Conjuring film first came out. There have been some lawsuits that came about, and so I wanted to give an updated result to that here. So apparently, the reason why the new couple, the Heisens, owned the house is because the previous couple, they were the names the Sutcliffes, they owned that home for like 25 years or so, and I don't know if they experienced hauntings on their end. I was trying to see if they had any more information on it, but doing a brief glance, I didn't capture anything. But they stated that once the film came out, the big blockbuster film, The Conjuring, once it came out, all of a sudden it put their house on the map. And the way they stated it was they had a huge amount of people that were just harassing them day and night when it came to A, people going onto their property, obviously trespassing, or B, people trying to do things like, in other words, break into their barn that was associated with the film, and then try to do other things around the home as well during the middle of the night. And this just completely scared the couple, who were elderly, because they were stating that they had no idea, they couldn't sleep for days because they had no idea what the people were going to do on their property. All they encountered from this film was just a continued basis of what they considered emotional and physical harassment by the fans of the film. In fact, they even found postings of people stating that they were going to break into the home so that way they could try to do certain things within the homes, like certain seances, use candles, and other type of things that just could cause risk. Like what if, like the lady was stating, what if the candles would burn down the house or burn down the barn and so forth. And so that's what they were experiencing. So they put a lawsuit against Warner Brothers and I think against New Line Cinema as well, and they ended up actually settling afterward, obviously on a confidential basis. And then there was another lawsuit. This was involving another gentleman. I think his last name was Brittle, and he was someone that was suing because apparently he had owned the rights to do a film dedicated to those hauntings and dedicated to the couple, the Perone families that was there beforehand. And that was the one that I was talking about a couple of years back. And as it turns out, it looks like that he also settled the lawsuit with Warner Brothers and I think New Line Cinema as well. What was interesting about that fact, though, was that the Warner Brothers, who was stating that this was based on true story when it came to not just what happened to the family, but also the Warrens and their involvement in there. That was their whole thing, that they were stating that this was going to be true, like everything involving the ghost and the hauntings and the physical evidence. They were going to have to be, for what the first time that I could recall, there was going to have to be evidence showcasing that the stuff was real. In other words, that the ghosts were real, and then also that the hauntings were real. And that would have been fascinating to see, because you don't normally see that kind of stuff being presented in courtrooms. How do you prove, in other words, that ghosts and hauntings are real? So they were going to have to do something along those lines. But as it turns out, the case was also settled, and it was settled in a way that nothing else is going to be, I guess, placed in another lawsuit afterwards. So, in other words, it was just brushed aside, and we don't have any more information on that part. But that goes to show at least the history, more on the business side, associated with this house. So in any case, am I going to be there for the live stream? I think so, definitely, at least for the free preview. I'm going to set my calendar to it as a good reminder. I recommend everyone to do so as well. Based on what I see there, then I may do at the minimum just one 24-hour event, and then maybe, you know, if it's on a weekend or something, that's even better. But at least when it comes to that, I'll try that 24 hours if I see the stuff on the preview that works well. And I don't think I'm going to do the 7-day one, although if anyone who's out there wants to do that and lets me know what the events are afterward, that'll be great. I imagine that eventually, after all this is done, that there's going to be a best of evidence, like somebody's going to post a YouTube video out there that'll showcase all the best stuff that occurred during the full 7 days, and then that's when I'll probably highlight more of that stuff too. There's no way I'm going to be able to view 24 hours, that kind of stuff. But one last thing I wanted to mention, I was talking earlier about the business side associated with the family, the new owners, and how great that stuff is. Obviously, they're taking advantage of it with the live stream. And what I think is going to happen next, and this will really excite me, is either A, they're going to allow tours within the home itself. Like, imagine that. Imagine being able to go and have a real life tour, a haunted tour, ghost tour of the house, preferably at night, something like that, overnight tours, something along those lines. Or B, they may even also add stays, like Airbnb type stays. How cool would that be? Imagine being able to stay within one of the most haunted homes in all of America, one of the most notoriously haunted homes as well. So if that's the case, then that would definitely excite me too. And there's always that possibility, because just like the recent stay that I did with the Magnolia Hotel, it wasn't a Airbnb before, but now it is. And so I got to stay there one full night, and that was a blast. Absolutely had a blast. I just dedicated a special video to it too. And so if this is the case, if this happens sometime in the future, either the guided tours like the ghost tours or along the lines of an Airbnb stay, then that's something that I'm going to definitely put it on a bucket list. But anyways, just wanted to share all this new information as far as this Ghosts and Spirits news video. The Conjuring House full live stream event, one full week. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are y'all going to join? Are y'all going to go? Are y'all going to purchase it? At least see the preview? I'm definitely going to do that. So I'll be joining with probably some of y'all here, and then see what happens there. But otherwise, I am excited for it. So, all right, everyone. Thanks again as always. Take care.